Hey everyone, how are you? So I'm so sorry I missed last week. We were at Frisian World. I'll make a little video and share it at the end of this post so you can see some pictures of how we did at Worlds. The boys did amazing. I was super proud of them. So in order to make up for missing last week's video, we're going to release a extra long, really cool one. So we'll do it in two parts. This one is Tiffany, go figure, getting fed to the wolves yet again. This is her first time on Messiah. Messiah came as a trick horse. His buttons are not the same as mine, so we're starting to kind of like combine them. By the way, don't mind that. We were teaching horses to pick stuff up, and that's what happens. So our buttons are not the same, so I've got to make his buttons my buttons so that we can kind of blend them a little bit more. But he came to us not knowing how to collect at all, and he didn't know how to trot. He was a performance horse, so they, for some reason, took out the trot, so we're putting that back on. So Miss Tiffany has taken him around a couple times. She's kind of got a feel for him, so we're going to show you his buttons. So when you're riding him, he's very talented, but he's a baby. So you're going to see that she has to kind of work him, but stay a little bit more solid and not get too handsy in play. So we're going to just send her off at a walk. So the most important thing is anytime he gets confused, she has to ride him enough to put him together, but she can't override him to the point where he is, I'm going to come over here and stand next to you. So she has to ride him enough to put him together, but she can't override him to where she's going to get really handsy. So the most important thing is as he starts to screw around and mess around, she's going to have to add more leg and stay kind of quiet with her hands. If she freezes with her hands for too long, he's going to pop up and come above the bit. If she doesn't get in there enough, he is going to just not come together and not collect. So it's kind of a fine line of too much, not enough. So she has to do her best job of trying to figure out my buttons. So she's gonna hold that outside, play with the inside. Good, ride him a little bit more to get him on the bit. Good. Now he does have a bad habit of trying to twist his lower part of his nose. So if you see when she comes around, you'll see that the lower half of his nose is kind of bent off to the inside. I need her to make sure she holds that outside rein to make sure his nose stays straight and he doesn't get too crooked, and then build the bend with their inside hand, inside leg. A lot of times if horses do bend and they overflex just their bottom half of the nose, that kind of means that the rider is holding too much, or like I said, once the horse learns how to do that, it's a really hard habit to break. So you've got to kind of get in, make sure you're holding that outside, and then get out. Don't hold the inside rein. So whenever you're ready, we're going to have her pick up a trot. She's going to just wait until he's really put together, really soft and nice. Good. Good. So again, he does not like to collect. He doesn't see the point of it. He's beautiful at liberty and no reins, but he's got to be versatile and do it all. Good. So as he pulls and fights, she's not going to lock and hang on him, but she isn't going to let him go either. She's only going to let him go when he gives. The reward is him relaxing. Good. Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead and ride him into a trot. So a lot of times forward motion is going to help. His strongest gait is actually the canter, go figure. So if they get too stuck, a lot of times if you ask them to go forward, it will help. Good. Yep, so she's going to hold that outside, start playing and giving with that inside. She's going to stay pretty solid with her hands, but use more legs to get him to come under. Good. Pretty. Now, as soon as he finds the nice, quiet, happy spot, then she kind of leaves him alone. We all know in a perfect world, it would be nice if she could leave him alone for 5 circles, but it doesn't work out that way. So she's going to hold that outside, kind of work with him, supple give. Once he comes down, she's going to make it easy for him, but it's not like she can completely disappear. Good. So now it's just trying to find that even balance between them both. Good. She's going to hold that outside, kind of work with them. If he gets stuck like that, add leg, add more gas. Good. Good. Hold that outside. A little bit of inside. Supple, supple, give. Hold that outside. There. Good. So I'm going to have her bring him down to a walk and rub him. So as soon as he gets it and figures it out, you know, I'm a big, big firm believer of reward. You know, I think that they go 5 times faster in training if you stop and say thank you once you get what you wanted. So, you know, if she relaxes, go and give him a rub. Good. Good. So for all of our Patreon viewers, you know that we don't cut out the bad stuff. So you see how he's kind of dropping and pulling like that? Whenever he drops and pulls, she's gonna let him stretch to it, but she can say something whenever he meets the end of her hands and kind of digs it down, or they call it rooting down. She can kind of like grab a little bit of reins, give him a little bump and say, stop doing that. And you're gonna wait until he actually like buries down and goes to rip it away from you. Good, because we want to encourage him to stretch down. We just want to make the bumping at the end of the reins go away. Good, it's beautiful. So I'm going to torture Tiffany, make her do that one more time. And again, the canter is his strongest gait. So we're going to try to work his trot a lot more. Try to get that a little bit better. Then we're going to reward him with the canter. Then we'll just end with a few canter to trot transitions. We just wanted to show you how to collect a horse that is just learning how to and doesn't necessarily make it easy for you. He's very expressive and dramatic when he has something going on that he doesn't necessarily like. Good, so right now she's trying to just get consistent, so she's trying to drive him from both legs up to his reins. Good, she's gonna hold that outside. Good, a little bit of inside, come up, there, beautiful. And she keeps encouraging him to stretch down into the bridle. So she's gonna hold, beautiful, that's way better. She's gonna hold, add leg, drive, 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 get him to stretch down. Good. As soon as he gets where she wants, she's gonna make it easy for him, but she cannot completely disappear either. So she's just gonna kind of keep the motion going just a little bit better. Good. Okay, so whenever you've got him into a good spot, go ahead and ride him into a canter. So he actually prefers to do a walk to canter, but she's gonna try to make him grow up and be a big boy and do a nice trot to canter transition. He likes to come up a little bit through it, so she's just gonna kind of stay in there and keep talking to him, and keep encouraging him to stay down. That was actually very pretty. Good, so you can see he's a little bit stuffed behind her legs, so she's gonna just try to drive him forward to her hands. Good. Believe it or not, sometimes the way to fix a lot of mistakes is actually to add leg. Like right here, she should add leg, push him up to her hands, and then she's got a little bit more horse in front of her to ride better. So I don't know if you could see, he kind of evened out his gait. So here he's behind her leg again. She's gonna add just a little bit, encourage him to get back in front of her leg. Good, and now whenever you find a good spot, ride him down to a nice collected trot. So again, I think I told you guys before, the reason why I named my barn Transitions, besides I was transitioning in life, is because transitions is the most important part of your ride. So she's gonna wait until he's at a good spot, and she's gonna try to organize him. There you go, good. So if it was up to him, he would have picked up his head and kind of like completely fallen apart. He did come above her hands like once or twice through there, but you see she kind of rode him, got him to go forward to her hands, and then gave once he did it. Good. All right, we're gonna torture you one last time, kids, so go ahead and just walk him around and rub him. Good. And then we'll do one more trot to canter, and then we'll make him happy and do a walk to canter. So again, saying thank you and letting your horse walk and stretch and relax is extremely important. That's when they're going to relax. They're going to lick their lips, take deep breaths, and just kind of process all the information. I see a lot at horse shows, even trainers just push their horses and go back to back to back with one maneuver after a next. And 9 times out of 10, their horse ends up getting really stressed out and hot, nervous in the brain. So I'm a big, firm believer in walking and letting them relax and saying thank you. Good. Okay, so whenever you're ready, let's try one more trot to canter, and then we'll let him do a walk to canter. Good. So he feels stuck and like he has no place to go. So she's gonna keep adding her leg and keep trying to encourage him to just push into the bridle. If he figures out that he does have somewhere to go, it's just he has to drop his nose. So she's gonna stay pretty consistent through the reins. She can help him out by doing a little vibration and give with the inside. That's very pretty. She's gonna hold both reins kind of nice and consistent, but not with too much pressure. And just keep adding legs and asking him to push through there. So you can see sometimes he has his big highlight moments, but he's had a little bit of time off because we were busy with worlds and dressage shows. And it's Tiffany's first time riding him, so they both gotta kind of like sync up a little bit. And he has kind of an idea, but not really, of what we really want. Good. Good. So every time he gets in the sweet spot, she's gonna try to make life easier for him. As he falls apart, she's gonna just nonchalantly start to say, no, 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 come back, come back. So like here, she's gonna add legs, hold him. As soon as he drops down, she makes it easy. And that's the horse's reward. So you'll notice he'll start to come down and stay down longer because he's finding the sweet spot and finding a place to relax and give into. Good. Beautiful. So whenever you're ready, ride him into a canter. Good. So she's going to have to come in, start kind of working those cues a little bit to keep them together. Beautiful. That was a really nice transition, especially for Messiah. Good. All right, so he loves to get behind her legs, so she's every couple strides going to have to tell him, stay in front of my leg, drop your nose. Stay in front of my leg, drop your nose. Good. Beautiful job. Whenever you're ready, ride him back to a trot. Good. So she's going to have to work those buttons up, and he fell apart, which it happens. So since he stopped and she didn't want him to, she's at least going to try to get him back down round on the bit and try to get him to stop when she wanted him to. So if you let him get away with that too much, now granted, if they're babies, you don't want to make a big deal about it, but if you do let them get away with that too much, then they will get to a point where they, that's coming in the next segment, buddy.
He's like, I want to get up there.
I want to get up there now. He definitely thinks the tricks is way more fun than the dressage part. And then later we'll teach you some jumping videos with him as well. All right, so just so we can finish up the video and we'll end his riding torture, let's go ahead and show everybody how to do a walk to a canter. So this is by far his favorite thing to do. So what Tiffany's gonna do is she's gonna start to shorten his strides, give him some half halts. I do have videos just strictly about half halts and what they are. So he kind of got little anticipation-ish. That's a word. If not, I'm making it a word. Good. We're going to hold that outside. Supple, supple, give. She's going to wait for him to relax. And then all she's going to do is once he drops into the bridle, she's going to go inside leg on the girth, outside leg back, and ask him to canter off. He's going to try to pick up his nose and put his nose above the bit. So she's going to kind of have to work those buttons and say, you can do this and stay collected. So right now he's just got a lot of anticipation, so she's just trying to make him wait for her. Good. She's giving lots of half halts, trying to get him to drop his nose and relax. And there you go, inside leg on. Good. Good. So he didn't really strike off clean and clear, but she's got a beautiful walk to canter once he got into it. So as we all know by now, I'm the queen of one last time, so I will torture them and make them do it one last time. Good, good. And then on this last time, hopefully, she's gonna get him to kind of commit a little bit more. She got him to go off nicely, but he didn't commit and actually canter forward right away. He kind of screwed around a little bit. So when they do that to you, what you wanna do is you wanna get him kind of on your inside rein a little bit more. So as he starts to do that, you're going to see her kind of open that inside rein just a little, and she's going to kind of start driving him underneath with her inside leg to kind of get him to accept and take the contact more instead of locking and fighting it. Good. So as she does that, she's going to use her inside leg, inside rein,
Get him to kind of soften and commit to that bridle. There you go. Yep. And as he does it, I would even, if anything, even if you have to keep him overbent slightly, just in the beginning, but you definitely don't want him to be able to grab his neck and go straight like that, because we don't want to let him encourage that behavior. Good. Bring his nose to your left knee. Good. Better. Better. All right. Yep. Nose to your left knee every time you, yep. Good. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and canter off. Good. And she's just waiting for the perfect time. Good. So don't give him away when he fights. Hold him and make him work into it. There you go. And now canter. Hold him, hold him, hold him. There you go. Add leg. Good. That's okay. Add leg. So when they do that, you're not going to get into a full-out tug-of-war match with them. But at the same time, if you give and make it easy for them, then they learn. You know, that's like a guaranteed golden ticket to get them to be sent to transitions for training for like a month or two. Once they start bossing their rider around and saying, no, I will not do that, I will do this, I will not do that, that's when you're going to have a problem. So you definitely don't want to like be mean and start a fight with them, but you're definitely going to hold your own and say, do not grab on me like that. Good. Yep. So you're going to bring his nose around your knee, add inside leg, tell him to get there. Now hold him nice and soft. If he cops an attitude, get in there and hold him more. And it's just like you would like your little kid. If your son or daughter threw something at you or yelled at you, you can politely say, don't do that again. And they know exactly what you're talking about. You change your vibe enough to really mean it. Good. Horses survive on instincts and body language. They can definitely feel when you're had enough. It's just what they want to do with it. Do they want to be an honest, good horse and behave, or are they going to just get naughtier and grouchier? Good. Okay, try one last time. Ride with that inside, supple, supple, and walk the canter. Good. Beautiful. That's a great way to handle it. Good. Good. Don't wait for the perfect time. Just go. Sometimes there's no perfect time, unfortunately. And you'll find that in training, that you definitely want to wait for the perfect time. But I've had a lot of horses figure out that I won't go until it's the perfect time. And then they always kind of seem to screw around during setup. So sometimes you do just have to say, all right, let's go, and I'm going to fix it as we go. Good. Yep, add leg, drive, drive, drive. Good. Good. Go and canter. Hit the gas. Good. Good. Add leg. So a lot of things that he's having problems with, it's because it's behind your leg. So you want to keep driving him forward, even at some points if it gets a little fast. Like right here, hit the gas and then go into your trot. Good. So you ready? Hit the gas. Good. And now trot while hitting the gas. Hit the gas, hit the gas, hit the gas. There you go. Because like I said, every problem he has, he sucks back and gets behind your leg before he does it. So hit the gas. Yep. And then ride him into a canter. Good. Yep. Hit the gas. Drive, 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 drive. Good. Good. On the road with the Lepazans, we had a saying, when in doubt, use leg. If you can't hear Retta, our mentor, use leg. 9 times out of 10 what he was yelling. Good. So you ready? Hit the gas and go into your trot. Hit the gas. Yep. And now trot. Keep trotting while hitting the gas. Good. That's okay. Good. Good. Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and walk. We've got to find a good place to end him. Good. Go ahead and walk. Rub him. Good. Now, normally I would have her change directions, but since we're just doing this for video's sake, we're going to just try to fix it and get him a little bit quieter before we end with the writing segment, but we definitely don't want to end on that note. So if we would have ended like a couple circles ago, it would have been perfect timing because he was nice and quiet, but now he's starting to get crabby. And as we all know, we're on horse time. Good. Okay, when you're ready, let's try to get him into a nice quiet trot. Good, so as he screws around, she's going to stay quiet with her hands, but she's not going to give up because that's what he's wanting, of course. And she's just going to add leg. If anything, if he keeps fighting like that, she's going to just redirect him and get him to overbend to the inside. Good, yep, less, there you go, less fighting, more just redirecting. Good. So it's always a hard fine line of being bossy and grouchy to the horse or being quiet and assertive. And the horse doesn't always agree with what you think is assertive or what you think is bossy, but we just got to try to do a good job of not following their games, basically, because they're kind of like little kids. They want to fight and throw a fit, and they want to kind of egg you on, and then they're going to say, see, I told you, you did that. So you're going to always be kind of the big adult and say, no, 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 we're not doing this, redirect. Good. Good. All right, let's try to do a walk to canter. He's kind of throwing a fit, so she went squeeze, squeeze, bump, 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 bump. He ignored it, so she kept bumping until he went. Good. As soon as he went, then he, there you go. Good. Good. Less fighting. Good. He thinks you're too bossy. Good. Good. Yep, do more of a coaching, like a motherly coaching, less of a bossy coaching. Because, you know, he's not a dressage horse, so we can't expect him to, there, better. One day he'll be a dressage horse, but we can't expect him to know exactly what it is, so you have to do more baby coaxing. Yep, leg, yep. Good. Walk to canter. Up, outside leg back, and just hold it and do a big kiss if you have to. Drop his nose to the inside. Good. Inside leg on, outside leg back, big kiss. And just hold the cues. Good. Big kiss, there you go. Good. Good, and a nice quiet trot. Good. Leg, leg, leg. Yep, you're not gonna give up till he goes. Good, nice quiet hands. Good job. Encourage, yep, encourage the inside bend. Good, yep, hold, supple, give. There you go, and just keep him there. Beautiful. Get him back, and then once you got him, ride him down to a walk, and he can be done. Good. Okay, so as I mentioned, that's her first time riding him. He has no idea how to be a dressage horse, but we're going to keep recording as we go, and hopefully you'll see the transformation of Messiah, the trail horse, to Messiah, the dressage horse. And we will come back with part 2 shortly.